atmosphere is electric at the bowling ground tonight.
All right, let's do this.
Emotions running high in what promises to be a dramatic dogfight.
Let's get this show on the road.
Mr. Knox, listen to me very carefully.
Hi, I'm Chloe from The Fan Carpet, and tonight is the world premiere of Sky Cinema's original film, Final Score. So let's go in and meet the cast.
Hey.
How are you feeling?
I feel okay. You know, I'm a bit nervous, a bit tired, but yeah, excited. All the above.
Excited to be in here in London again?
Always excited to be here in London. I don't think people realize how much time I've spent here.
Yeah?
Because I used to come in and out for wrestling, and that's years of in and out for wrestling. Then I spent 8 months here for Bond. I spent 7 months here for Guardian, and I spent about 4 months here for this film. So throughout the last 5 years, I've been here quite a bit.
You have? So you must love London then?
I've been in London more than I've been home.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Excited to be here tonight.
Yeah, very excited to be here. Thank you. Yes, yeah.
I saw the film today. It was good. I was gripped. Now tell me, what drew you to the script?
It was. I liked the fact it was fresh, British action movie. I really wanted to do. It's very hard to find an action movie in the UK and to pull off the elements and use something in the UK that isn't. It's one thing shooting a movie in the UK, but it's another thing kind of making it a UK-based action movie. And having the opportunity to do that was really exciting. And also a lot of the freshness that the Lynch brothers they wrote into the script, these fresh ideas and original scenes, and just kind of the naughtiness of some of the humour, I really loved. And I loved the fact it was so absurd, frankly. I mean, it's crazy, but it was nice to embrace that and just say, let's have a lot of fun and make a great fun movie.
How does it feel to be here tonight?
Good. I mean, it was shot in 2016, so I'm kind of like, this is lovely to see it all coming together.
Yeah, it's fantastic. For me to be here, this has always been a dream of mine. To be working on film and so on, and that dream's it's coming to reality now. And so this is just one of them nice experiences and an enjoyable moment for myself.
Did you enjoy filming the movie?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was probably one of the best experiences I've had. I've done a few movies now. For me, this has always been one of the ones that, one, I can't wait for it to come out. And two, it would probably be the start of something special.
So it is a Die Hard-esque action film set at the old West Ham football stadium. It's their final game there. Dave Bautista's character is an ex-military guy who happens to be there with his niece, and what he realises or finds out through the course of the film is that terrorists, they've taken over the stadium and have planted explosives there, and it's Dave Bautista's job to save the day, and I help out.
It's a very action-packed film. It's also a coming-of-age story. There's a lot of love in it. I think other than the action, there's a lot of fighting for something that you need, and it's not just explosions and everything. It's a real, a must that they survive this. But yeah, there's a lot of themes in it that I think really hit home with anyone that's had any kind of loss or need to grow up really quickly.
So I saw the film today. Really enjoyed it. Tell me about your character, for people who don't know.
Well, he's ex-army. Now he's working as a private contractor, and he's been in this. He's got himself stuck in this really bad situation where terrorists have taken over a football stadium, and all he really wants to do is get his niece, who he's also lost control of, out of this football stadium safely. And I think that's his big concern right now. I think that's what makes this guy really relatable. Yeah, I think that's what's going to make people really connect with him, is he cares so much about her. And he cares about everyone else, but I think right now is that he owes a debt to his best friend who he's lost, to make sure that his daughter is protected. So I think that's his concern right now, is getting his niece out of there. Sorry, that was a really long-winded answer.
I play Faisal. He's one of these pitch-side stewards. You see them in their fluorescent orange jackets, and he's kind of the wrong guy in the wrong place, but he's roped into the action with Dave Bautista's character, and then has to really step up and help Dave save the day and protect all these lives, these innocent people.
My character's called Danny. She starts off very moody and very temperamental with her mother. And then she's suddenly forced to go on this huge journey in 90 minutes, you could say, for the football. And yeah, she suddenly has to go from being this 15-year-old girl to suddenly realising the meaning of life and love and loss and, you know, dealing with that and on a grand scale when everything comes down to it.
Vlad is, he's just horrible, badass, big bully.
Sounds scary.
Yeah, he used to be there. It was a really fun character display. Like when I got the script and I read through the lines and did some research on the character and so on, it really sort of gave me them butterflies to want to bring this character to life, and it was almost like it was wrote for me. It was perfect. That type of character is exactly what I want to do.
So I play Brandon Cox. I play the love interest with Danny. I get my coppins quite early on in the movie. I'm a bit of a bad influence on her, but yeah, she gets her own back on me.
When you first got the script, what drew you to the character? Why did you choose to do this movie?
Well, I was specifically asked to audition for this part, and I just thought it was beautifully written, very funny, quite innocent. But like I say, he goes on this journey. He kind of really has some specific choices to make throughout the film, and steps up and you know, achieves the potential that he never thought he had.
Dave Bautista was attached, you know what I mean? You can't say no to that. He's a WWE hero, so it was, that was a huge point for me.
So you're a fan of WWE?
Massive fan, yeah.
Working with Dave, that must have been fun.
Yeah, he's honestly like one of the most laid-back, greatest, most humble, focused guys. I wasn't a huge WWE fan, although I did used to play it on my friend's Xbox quite a lot. I was a bit of a tomboy, but yeah, he really did focus on his role. He wanted to get his job done, and he always had something to say if something didn't feel right, which I think is really important.
Did you have Dave in mind for the lead?
Yeah, well, actually, not initially. It was a very kind of tightened process, and I spoke to Dave about the film and we talked about it, but originally we were going to make it a British hero, and originally we went that way, but it was actually through talking to the writers and talking to Dave, it was the idea of actually what if we flipped it on its head and we did it and had more fun with it, and so it kind of developed as we developed the script. But as soon as we kind of clicked into that idea of a guy who hates football, who doesn't care about it, who is, you know, who's the opposite, because you often kind of go for kind of the obvious thing in a way is to go for kind of a weaker hero who kind of rises to the challenge, but there's something much more fun about this big guy who's just like a boiling pot who's going to go off, and I think that was very that kind of opened it and made it more exciting to work on. So
it's great in the opening scenes when he gets in the cab and he's like, not soccer, turn it off the radio, like he couldn't stand. I was like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, and it's basically like pretty much because I don't like football, right? So it's like I said to the producers, Mark and Wayne, the guys, it was like, I don't know if I'm the right guy for this because I'm not a football fan in particular. I mean, don't know much about football, but the film isn't really about that. We have obviously embraced that and made it a large part of the story, and we've had a lot of help from the community and of course from West Ham and the stadium. But it's I can easily empathise with Dave's views on all his characters' views on football. You know,
you've worked with him before, haven't you?
I have.
So what was it like to work again with him?
It was great, and it was playing a very different role, and that was interesting. So he played a very different. I think on the first movie I realised that how much potential he had and how much more he was than people gave him credit for, and I think it was like finding the right project and the right thing and developing that together was part of the excitement of working on the project.
So what's next for you in the pipeline?
Well, I've got more Avengers to do, and then I've got a film I just finished recently called Stuber with Kamal Nanjiani, which I think is going to be brilliant, and that'll be out next Memorial Day. And then I'm also doing a family action comedy this year. We'll do that this year, and that'll be out sometime next year as well, called My Spy.
So what's next for you? What's in the pipeline?
I'm writing quite a lot at the moment. I've got a lot of aspirations for directing and writing at the same time as acting, which I never thought would be the case, but I kind of started doing it for fun, and then suddenly everything started to get quite addictive, and I was like, well, this is fun. But other than that, you know, just the usual grind of actors auditioning and going through the whole back and forth of it all.
I've just filmed a feature film with Liam Neeson and Leslie Manville. Leslie, who was nominated for an Oscar last year for The Phantom Thread. So that's a drama about cancer. They play a couple, and Leslie's character has breast cancer, and had some lovely scenes with them. So yeah, that's coming out next year, hopefully.
I've just had notification that my first film with me as the lead has been funded, so it looks like we're off to the States early part of next year to start filming that. I'm moving to America as well, so I'm leaving the UK behind, again just to try and really chase that dream. And the opportunities out there are far much greater for me than here. I don't think, you know, my characters, the way I play, the way I portray myself is probably a little bit too radical for the UK market. I don't think I'm getting Coronation Street anytime soon, put it that way. So for me, it's like it makes sense to try and really push forward and take that jump.
So you're looking forward to the next step?
Yeah, for sure. I can't wait. I've got like I said, I've had my first film with me as the lead has been funded. It's all going through, so it's an exciting time.
I've got a film coming out next year called Boys in the Wood. We've not got a release date yet, but I think it will be 2019.
And what's that about?
I don't know. I tried to explain to him. I don't know what I'm allowed to say yet. It's a coming of age film, but Duke of Edinburgh trip.
So in the film, you're not a football fan. Are you in real life?
Not at all. No, not at all. I've learned nothing about football on this film. I learned that I was really bad at it. I've learned nothing since, and I will not pretend that I have learned. But in all fairness, I have to say on my behalf, I don't really like any sport. The only sport I follow, and I follow it religiously, is boxing. Other than that, I could just really care less. I'm just not the guy who sits in front of the TV every week to watch sports. I'm not that guy.
That's a wrap. I had a lot of fun tonight meeting the cast of Final Score. And if you want to see more from us, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and you can see what else the Fan Carpet get up to.
They have more bullets than you.
Watch this.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. If you like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button at the bottom of your screen. And also be sure to subscribe to the Fan Carpet YouTube channels. They're absolutely free and so much fun too. Be sure to check out the official website, thefancarpet.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with reviews, competitions, the latest news, and so much more.